Tonight on Hotty Toddy News, Mississippians are taking cover as strong storms move through the area. And now vaccines are being offered to all adults across Mississippi. As we near normalcy, several UM sports teams are on top. Find out which teams are succeeding this season.
From the School of Journalism and New Media on the campus of the University of Mississippi, this is Hotty Toddy News.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Hotty Toddy News. I'm McKinley Rutledge. But first we begin tonight's broadcast with an update on severe weather moving throughout the Magnolia State. Much of this area started the day under a high-risk tornado watch. Meteorologists across the region are tracking strong to severe storms that could impact your evening. WTVA's meteorologist Joel Young has more.
I'm meteorologist Joel Young with a quick update on the severe risk for St. Patrick's Day in the Oxford area. Oxford is included in this level 5, a rare high risk for strong to severe storms today. This risk includes tornadoes, potentially strong, long-lived, long-track tornadoes, along with a strong damaging wind and very large hail that could actually reach golf ball to baseball size hail. So that's significant, especially for the South. Significant anywhere, but especially for the South. We could see multiple rounds, some in the afternoon, another round into the evening. And that evening round could also come with a damaging wind risk. That risk does subside later tonight, but I want to make one other thing very clear. If you see the sunshine at any point today, that warms us up, and a lot of folks are deceived by that. That sunshine can warm things up and add fuel to that other additional storms later in the day could work off of. So last thing we want to see is the sun come out. That could, of course, intensify storms. We'll be here, of course, tracking these storms throughout the day. And, of course, stay tuned to WTVA.
Lafayette County Sheriff deputies are asking you to please report any downed trees. You can do so by calling 662-234-6421. Oxford police want you to stay safe during this severe weather. There are 4 storm shelters in the city of Oxford. Take a look at the list on your screen. The locations include the Oxford Utility Parking Lot, the Oxford Activity Center, the Recycling Center next to the Oxford Police Department, and Fire Station number 4 off Jackson Avenue. With the threat of severe weather, state leaders canceled vaccine distributions today. However, now all adult Mississippians are eligible to receive the vaccine. Grayson Ashmore spoke with Mayor Robin Tannehill for an update on vaccine expansion in the area.
Over 22,000 Lafayette County residents have rolled up their sleeves to get the COVID-19 vaccine, the area distributing between 500 to 1,000 injections daily.
This is how we get back to normal.
Approximately 42% of the county's residents have received at least their first dose of the vaccine. With multiple distribution centers opening up in the area and vaccines now open to all Mississippians at 16 and over, Mayor Tannehill says Oxford is making every effort to vaccinate as many people as possible.
What we know from all the leading medical professionals is that you don't reach herd immunity until 70% of the population is vaccinated.
But there is still some hesitation. National polls are showing that about 45% of people in the country are not going to get the vaccine right away. Nurse practitioner Catherine Elliott says why some people are deciding to wait.
That's the main hesitation I hear, is people saying, I'm not sure it's been researched enough.
Tannehill thinks the vaccine is safe and encourages everyone who is fearful to use the many educational resources available to learn more about the shot, fearing the outcome of too many holding back.
People are anxious about a vaccination that has been developed quickly, and I certainly understand that. But I am more anxious about what happens if people don't get vaccinated.
Elliott agrees and says people should trust scientists.
I'm going with the FDA-approved scientists who have studied virology their whole lives, and they have studied vaccine use. This is what they do for a living. So I trust those people way more than I trust what I've read on the internet.
To encourage vaccinations, Oxford residents can come to any of these many outbus locations where they can catch a bus to the Oxford Police Department, just like this one that's right across the street from the station. And there they can go ahead and have access to a computer where they can schedule a vaccination. And these buses are also available to transport residents to locations offering vaccines. These include Oxford Conference Center, Walmart, Kroger, and Walgreens, and the University of Mississippi, which is offering vaccines to its staff and faculty, including student workers. Tannehill says more local pharmacies will start vaccinating in the next couple of weeks as well. For Hotty Toddy News, I'm Grayson Gordon.
A year into the pandemic, Oxford residents are finally able to get a shot in their arm. Caroline Chrysler spoke to residents in the area about their thoughts on the vaccine.
This week, Governor Tate Reeves announced that all Mississippians are eligible for the vaccine, but how many are willing to get it?
No, I'm not. Or maybe eventually later on in time.
But I want to.
When it's available, yeah.
Yes.
As of right now, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. More than likely, I would say I'll see how the first round of people go, how it go, what people get, how they feel about it. I got a couple friends that are going to get it, so after they get it, I'll probably, weigh my options after that.
Many people are considering to get vaccinated, but worry that not enough research has been done to understand the long-term consequences.
Personally, I know that Western medicine is advanced and it's reliable and everything, but personally, I've just heard so many more negative impacts that are severe negative impacts and not just minor things like deaths and everything from getting the vaccine, that I personally don't feel fully comfortable yet getting it.
Some Mississippians are not concerned with side effects. They say the vaccine will allow them to care for family and get back to normal.
I don't either.
I want to get it because my grandpa, we're kind of his caretaker, and although he has the vaccine, I can still be a carrier of it.
Even though most Mississippians are still on the fence about the vaccine, it's available here at the TADPAD for students and faculty. If you're interested, sign up online. Caroline Chrysler, Hotty Toddy News.
If you're interested in getting a vaccine, you can sign up now by going to covidvaccine.umc.edu. The animal shelter closed last week. However, the crisis continues this week. The Board of Aldermen met to discuss the future of their contract with Mississippi Critters. Mayor Robin Tannehill took to Facebook today to provide an update.
I am hopeful that when we reopen the doors, all of the citizens who are interested in volunteering and helping with the animals will do so and will donate their time and money to help us have the best animal shelter in the state. Our community deserves it. We are going to focus on the animals and not get caught up in the warring factions. We're going to find a management team and develop a budget and find partnerships that are positive and focus not on hateful rhetoric, but on taking care of the homeless animals that need our help.
The winter sports season is coming to a close with the start of the NCAA tournament tomorrow. But teams aren't out of the woods just yet as COVID problems resurface. Reporter Justin Klass is at the Pavilion with more on Rebel Sports.
Thanks, McKinley. I'm here at the Pavilion where the Ole Miss men's and women's basketball teams have played their last game of the season. But despite snubs from the NCAA tournament committee for both squads, they haven't played their last game just yet. Both Rebel basketball squads received spots in this year's NIT tournament after just missing the cut for the big dance. Coach Davis's men's team snatched a 1 seed in the 16-team tournament and take on Louisiana Tech Friday at 9 p.m. on ESPN. The women's team is scheduled to face Samford tomorrow at 5, but over the weekend, head coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen tested positive for the coronavirus and will be unable to rejoin her players for multiple games. Coach Yo released a statement on social media earlier this week announcing her positive COVID test and saying, quote, "My coaches and players are primed and ready to play, and it is my hope that I can rejoin them once I complete my protocol." Coach Yo is joining the team's practices from her home and giving commands via live stream. She is encouraging her team and fans to look on the bright side. Her team, which lost every conference game just a year ago, is now playing in the postseason. Basketball wasn't the only sport with a big weekend. The Rebel track and field teams went to New Mexico for the NCAA championships. The men's distance medley relay recorded the third fastest time in NCAA history en route to a 10th overall finish, while the women's team came in at 19th overall. The Ole Miss rifle team was also in the hunt for a championship in Ohio, firing 4,710 points, which secured the bronze for them. The freshman Leah Horvath also took third in air rifle, small bore, and overall on the individual side. With the winter sports season wrapping up, that means spring sports are in full swing. I'm talking baseball, softball, and a whole lot more. McKinley, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. In addition to Ole Miss basketball squads, you can catch the Rebel baseball, softball, track, men's tennis, and women's golf teams in action this weekend. A mobile food option came to campus just months ago, and now they have big news about their new location. Reporter Maggie Call gives more details.
Blends Bowls started as a food truck on campus at the beginning of the semester. Their acai bowls featuring a variety of fruit have been a hit with students.
I love it.
Because of this success, owners decided to move into a more permanent location. The ground floor of Weir Hall is where you will find Hannah Bevel, freshman worker at Blends Bowl, and the Blends Bowl family. She says business at the new location has been pretty good.
Just because the library is right next to us, we get a lot of kids coming in to study and they want to grab a quick bite to eat before they study, so the business has been pretty busy.
Student Claire Barra says the location is better and more reliable than the food truck.
I really like this spot compared to the food truck because it's right next to the library and it's kind of central in campus.
In addition to the food truck being in a great location on campus, Barras praises the idea of getting to use her flex dollars on a healthy meal on campus.
I haven't had to take out my card once, and I have a lot of flex built up since I don't live on campus. So it's been really nice to have like a healthy alternative compared to the union food.
With business slowly but steadily picking up, this new spot has been a hit for the students. Blends Bowl on campus hours are 9 to 4 Monday through Friday. This has been Maggie McCall, Hotty Toddy News.
A home for disabled adults in Mississippi has seen an influx of purchases of their cookbook after a viral video on YouTube. Reporter Matthew Henley gives us a sneak peek of these recipes in recovery.
In Senatobia, Mississippi is the Bedour Center, a little-known home for disabled adults who live and work in community together. Last week, popular YouTube channel Whippoorwill Holler posted a video of the cookbook that was created by the Bedour Center in 1979.
That brought in the influx of 600 plus orders. I mean, it was just in one fell swoop. In a couple days, we had sold over 600 cookbooks because of her talking about it on her YouTube channel.
The video, which now has over 35,000 views, brought in thousands of dollars to the nonprofit in just 1 week.
We just could not believe that we had sold that many at one time.
The sales of the cookbook go to support the Bedour Center, and their mission is to provide a home for adults with disabilities.
Barfield says the residents of the Bedour Center are more than worthy of the generous donations made through the purchase of the cookbook.
And they're just really amazing. It's amazing to see them in action and to see them have a place where they can explore their talents and like the things that they like, where they can work.
And to purchase the cookbook, go to the center's online store at bedour.org. For Hotty Toddy News, I'm Matthew Henley.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Hotty Toddy News. I'm McKinley Rutledge. Thank you and have a wonderful week.